Guess what? Roadhouse 4K is in the box, people. We're going to look at it. We're going to love it together. I know a lot of you people got it coming anyway. Maybe you're on the fence for ordering it. Whatever. We're going to look at it together. But I got a lot of other stuff in here. Newer releases, older releases, stuff I've been wanting for a while, stuff that was selling out. We went nuts. Not too bad, though. Like, the box sort of fits in the screen, so it can't be that bad. We're going to go through them one at a time. Focus on this video is going to be sort of just unpacking it, seeing if we got stuff that looks messed up or not. Probably not, because Vinegar Syndrome is sick, and the box looks pretty decent. I don't see any weird road drama on here, so I think we're in good shape. So we're going to go through it. We're going to look at everything, make sure nothing's weird. We're going to check out what I got. I'm going to quickly explain my methodology on what and why I picked up. Literally, to the best of my knowledge off the top of my head, pretty sure I've only seen Roadhouse in here. Everything else is a blind buy. But blind buys with education. So whatever. Let's see. I'm sure I got a couple of bad movies in here, but we're going to find out together. I'm going to be hopping between this field of view and a close-up shot. So let's do this together. I'm literally opening this live. Got my Leatherman here, so we're going to hope to not cause too much damage to our products. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this one. It's been a while since I've posted. Releases, I've got a few other ones I want to talk about too. I'll make another video for, but they were delayed. I didn't get them until much later. Everyone else has got their videos out already, but it's okay. We're going to take a look together. So yeah, when you're opening this stuff, guys, I've seen other people, they just go knife across. Like, open up your sides and then give yourself a little tear up here, and then you're good. No risk of bringing the blade anywhere near the slip covers, because sometimes they do basically have these almost popped up right to the top, which is questionable, but, you know, be diligent with your box opening. Tanny and the T-Rex slipcover. Initially, I thought this kind of looked boring and a little dull, but once you kind of actually look at what's going on here, it's hilarious. It's just a good way to summarize the film. This movie is actually really funny. This is actually the first Vinegar Syndrome that I purchased, which is here. Notice no slipcover. I was late to the game on this one, but I was stunned when I got this release. This literally got the party started for me with Vinegar Syndrome. The quality of the extras is awesome. The movie was fun. I like that it had the violent cut. I definitely remember seeing this as a kid on VHS, but it would have been like the family-friendly cut or whatever. Anyways, surprisingly good film. I think the slip sold out, or maybe there's a few copies left with the movie still, but I think the slip by itself is gone. Anyway, start off with the slip. Definitely got that because my copy had no slip cover, and it was always kind of sad. So there we go. I'm going through this for the first time. It's the first time I've gotten just a slip from them. So it comes flat. I'm straightening it out. No weird drama happened. It actually looks like it's in really good condition. There's something that looks like a water stain here, but I'm pretty damn sure that that's intentional. Yeah, we're just going to go with that. It's intentional. Slip the movie in. Does it fit? Snug as hell. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, okay. I see it now. So, putting a case into this fresh slip, you see how, like, these little creases get formed sometimes. You know, I get it. Not a big deal. Here it is. Looks awesome. Mounted on its case like it's supposed to be. And we'll return that to the shelf. Okay, so that was the slip. I didn't even put it in the close-up. Actually, you know what? Let's do that right now. I'm going to have to do so many goddamn edits. So here's the slip cover up close. This is the front side. I haven't watched this movie in a while, but I think that from what I'm hearing, they used this, they typoed the damn title in the friggin' movie, and they never corrected it. So I'll have to watch it again, but I'm pretty sure this is the title that comes up when you open Tammy and the T-Rex. In either case, yeah, it's funny what people do when they control millions of dollars. You let the stupidest little mistake happen like that, right? There we go. Pretty clean, nice. Definitely nicer in person. The promo art on the website looked a little lame for this, but this looks good, and it's hilarious. Who'd have thought you'd get murdered by lions and get turned into an animatronic T-Rex, right? All right, so back to this, going in the shelf. So that's number one. We'll start with the slip. Pretty lame. So, first up, we're going to talk about is I always mess up the title. Every time I try and recall this, I always get the title mixed up. It's a tricky one. I don't know why. Girls School Screamers. Now, I've never seen this movie. Total blind buy. I remember watching Dead Pit do a watch along while they were watching like a bunch of trailers for different years of slasher movies. Okay, and this one came up at one point. It caught my eye. It just sounded hilarious. Had a really catchy, weird trailer. Look it up on YouTube. You'll find it. They repeat the title a lot, right? It looked really cheesy. It's a slasher, but they mix in a ghost schoolgirl element. There's a lot going on in here, clearly. The cover's pretty sick. It looks even better in person than on the website. Just this gory face. I have no idea how that relates to a slasher with witch stuff going on, but we're going to find out. Kind of looks like Pizza the Hut with some worms going on. Here's the back. No nudity or anything weird. A little bit of violence coming their way. There's some kind of weirdo down here. So yeah, I'm guessing that's the bad guy. I don't know. Looked fun. Definitely excited to check it out. Close up. Here we go. I've got the front cover for you. I believe this one's still in sale. Like, there's only one of the releases I picked up that I think completely sold out other than that slipcover. So I think they still got this one if you want to pick it up. I can't vouch for the movie, but I've heard that it is worth the watch and doesn't get enough praise for what it is. So we'll see. Next one up. This one is definitely the one where I haven't heard too many people say much positive about it. In fact, I heard quite the contrary, but I don't care. This sort of feels like it's right up my alley because I like schlock and weird stuff, and I play guitar, so I'm all about, and I love the 80s, so I'm all about 80s weird guitar stuff, right? So Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Don't know what the movie is. It looks like there's scenes where they're playing a show or a concert. This looks completely wacky. There's a flying V spaceship. I mean, I'm sold. The second I saw that, I'm like, okay, we're good. Yeah, doesn't really matter what happens. Here's the close-up. Yeah, like, I don't know. This is going to be great. I don't even care what this movie's about. It doesn't matter. The slip is actually really sick looking. Here's the flying V. Yeah, we got some guitars going on. We've got like a Rhodes Jackson. I don't know. This, like, I get Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy sort of vibes from this. So there you go. Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Biggest wild card toss in these movies. So that's package number one. So this is what I was talking about. They came wrapped in this. Yeah, we'll do this one next. So, next up, I'm going to do the two that I know sold out. So we'll get those out of the way. Again, these are blind buys, unless there's a small chance I saw this one, but I'm not too sure. Dead Heat. If I saw this was a long time ago. But ever since this was released, I heard Vinegar Syndrome people and just physical media people say, a few people are not into it, obviously, but I've heard a lot of people say positive things about this. People were eager to get it. I think this was very low count going into the sale, so this was basically the first thing I bought. Boop, got this one. Slipcover looks pretty cool. Here's the back. We'll go in for the close-up. Basically, I'm pretty sure this one's buddy cop movie, but one of them dies or becomes a zombie, or they both do inevitably. Again, not sure. Can't wait to find out. Slipcover is beautiful. Nice color going on here. I just realized I haven't really been taking these out. So you got some theatrical art underneath, which is usually what's going on with these. In fact, since we're at the beginning. So there you go. We got the same under here. I'm not going to bother showing all the details. I mean, to be honest, guys, the internet is just such an easier way to figure all this stuff out. You'll see it right away. This has got a cool alternate art underneath. Always a fan of that. Please keep doing that. Physical Media Studios, please keep releasing alternate art underneath your slips. Elevates the experience for everyone. No one's ever going to complain you gave them extra. Even if the art's not great, at least you tried. So that one sold out. Next one, not a movie I've seen. I straight up picked this up because I do listen to Christian Hanna's channel. He's awesome. Clearly, physical media collector, guitar player too. I think he sings. He probably plays a bunch of instruments. Doesn't matter. I align with his thinking and some of the other people that frequent his channel, okay? Running joke with him is Hobgoblins. This one was another one where it was low count going into the sale. I have it on good account that this movie is meh and pretty bad. I'm interested in checking it out. Like, I literally picking this up just to get in on the joke and to own it. It was selling out anyway. I think they added this slip recently. This is an old release that they've had for a while, and they added this slip 1 or 2 sales back, probably to clear out their inventory. Slip looks really cool. I'm a big fan in my adulthood of green. I don't know what it is. I wasn't into green when I was a kid, but there's something about a good green on like either an LED or something with nice print. It pops beautifully. It's right in the middle of the color spectrum. Looks beautiful. So yeah, slip looks good. You can still see my old movies there. Here's the cover underneath, probably the old poster art or some kind of release art here. Looks cool. Looks like they're on some kind of space shuttle or capsule. Again, never seen it. I guess the Hobgoblins are possibly aliens. It'll be interesting to find out. So yeah, that's Hobgoblins. Again, I'm at least happy I'm going into this one knowing what to expect. Next one I got is not currently sold out at all. This is another one where I'm picking up just because I've heard people say, this is a good movie, it's worth picking up, it's worth picking up. For the last few sales, this one always kind of comes up on people's videos where they're discussing, options to pick up while on sale. Man always gets thrown in as a, hey, that's a good movie, worth watching. I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure this is a slasher. I think it's on 16 millimeter. Probably the Blu-ray that was out was probably good enough for this one, but the slip looks really cool. It's a 4K. Nice bloody axe on the back there. You can go in for the close-up. Again, not too much to say on this one. It's a blind buy. I haven't seen it. Got the same art underneath. May or may not be something underneath here. I'm not going to open all these right now. There's too many to go through. I might do a separate video where I review 1 or 2 of these. But again, Madman's been out for a long time. Glad I got it. I'm pretty sure this is still available. I don't even think they're anywhere near sold out at all. So go at it. Next one I got. Again, one where it's very mixed, but I had to get it because I have the other ones for the most part now, and we had to just kind of get them all while we're at the beginning of this journey. But I got their VSU, 6-string Samurai. Again, I play guitar, so right away you're telling me you got a movie with swords and a guitar, post-apocalyptic Mad Max situation. I saw the trailer. It looks a little corny, but whatever. Again, I'm sort of prepared for it. I know what I'm going to get. At least they're treading on territory that interests me. Got the sweet VSU box. I think this was their second one. Absolutely. VSU number 2. Magnet clasp. Which I know it sounds goofy. If you don't own one of this, you see a bunch of goons like fawning over a magnet. But I don't know. If you're going to own a movie, this is not a bad way to do it. So let's go to the close-up. I've got the magnet clasp here. art on this is busy, but it's cool. Like it pops. Title is nice and really pronounced, right? So we've got the magnet clasp here. It's kind of black all around on this one. Some of the other ones have some wild colors going on the box case component here. So what happens is you open up the case. You've got more art inside. Sweet skeleton playing a guitar. And the pickup is hanging out. That looks sick. There's a sword stabbing right next to his head. I have a feeling that all of this is going to be better than the movie, but I'm going to give it a chance. This slip's a little boring, to be completely honest. I mean, it looks like he's on a volcano, so that's pretty sweet. Either a volcano or a nuke is going off. So here we go. So this one they still have plenty of copies of. You can get this box. It's been out for a while. It's probably going to be out for a while longer. Again, the word of mouth on the movie isn't too great, right? So it's still around. There's a book down there. I'm really thrilled to check it out. I mostly just wanted to pick it up before all these VSUs get soaked up. I have a feeling I'll be collecting most of them going forward, so might as well get it going at the beginning of the Odyssey, right? All right, so next box or next bundle, it's kind of the more newer releases and the heavy hitters. So let's go through those. I guess just to kind of finish up what we were just discussing, the last VSU that I picked up, so this was the outstanding one I didn't already own, was Beastmaster. Now, unfortunately, late to the party on this one, the box version sold out. I think I looked it up. I mean, I could probably buy it on the aftermarket, but you know what? I've never seen the movie. I'm cool. At least we got the slipcover version, and it looks good. The slipcover is nice, and actually, it's very nice. You got a lot going on here. Blind Buy, never seen the movie. From what I understand, it's a Conan situation, but with animals, maybe a little less violent and gory and sexual and stuff compared to Conan the Barbarian. But I think fans are sort of aligned. Usually similar type of person are into this. I love fantasy sword stuff, so let's go all day. If you saw my last Highlander video. So here we go. Here's the close-up. Very nice. We got some embossing and some gloss. Sweet big-ass bird. All kinds of animal stuff happening. Again, kind of a bummer. I'm not going to have the box. I'm sort of holding out to randomly see it one day. Someone just selling the box or who knows. But it's okay. I'm not so OCD that I won't be able to live my life without that Beastmaster box. If it was a film like Roadhouse or something where I'm absolutely wanting that, I'd certainly be a little bit more peeved off. Yeah, anyway, don't know squat about this. This probably clearly the bad guy. Looks fun. So that was the last VSU to pick up to round off the collection so far. And you know what? I'm just going to jump to that one because we're on the topic. Roadhouse. My God, this thing looks sick. As soon as this was announced, I remember I was on Dead Pit's channel. We were there at midnight waiting for the drop. I'm always on that. I recommend it for any of y'all if you're not hip to that. Dead Pit Radio, first of all, great YouTube physical media channel, especially if you're into horror. They're legit, old school. Don't get enough credit for what they're doing. Awesome people. Their streams are hilarious. Definitely, when the Vinegar Syndrome sales come around, be on their channel. They're usually talking about wise choices to be made, and we kind of have fun. I'm not part of that clique at all. I'm just a fan who's in there. But right, the point is, I have a blast when these sales go on. So as soon as this Roadhouse came up, I saw this spine. Oh my God. I was like, I'm buying 2 of those. And I did at first. I actually did buy 2 copies originally. But the thing is, they made so many of these, like everyone and their mother is going to have a copy of this. So during the sale, I actually asked for a refund on one of the copies, and that's sort of how I spread a bit of the more finances around and got a few other releases instead. So I think I made the wise choice because this is going to be available for a little while. I think it will sell out, though. Like, Roadhouse is a sick movie. It's not one that I always went to when I was younger. I kind of actually rediscovered a passion and love for it more recently. But the truth is, I watched this movie and my man here, he makes me cry. Like, I miss this dude. He was so good. He's so good in all of the movies, like all his heavy hitters, but he's definitely great in this one. His character's hilarious. Um, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just insane. Like, he's so reserved at first, but then he cracks that guy's head against the table when he gets out of line at the right moment, and it's so fast. It's like he's a weapon from the future. So yeah, this spine is absolutely, absolutely. It's almost the reason to get this because this is gonna sit on the shelf like this all the time, right? This looks so good. Oh my god. I heard someone complain a little about this art. They were saying they used the image a little bit too often, and they're not wrong. Like everything's sort of a is derivative of this, right? But how are you gonna argue with this? Look at this slipcover. This is amazing. This is beautiful. It's so clean. Oh my god! And even if this one's hard to see, but when you have it in hand, like Swayze here, his character is embossed. He's raised above the rest of the slip. You can probably see it a little bit, but this is definitely more obvious in person. So that's great. That's like your standard art right there. You got the double deuce underneath there. Yeah, more of the same. They probably got this going on underneath here. I'm definitely gonna do a follow-up video where we're cracking this one open. So there's a book. Double deuce ad in the back. Yeah, pumped to get this. You know, I'm not gonna go out there and tell everyone to get Six String Samurai on VSU. But if you're an action movie fan, if you're a Roadhouse fan, if you're a Patrick Swayze fan, um, this is the edition to get. I don't think you'll ever get anything cooler than this. You know, there'll probably be a studio release 4K of this not too long from now. I don't even remember if this has a Dolby Vision upgrade or not. I don't too many purchases here to keep track of any of that. Um, this could get re-released, but it's never going to look as sick as this. This is the sickest possible Roadhouse situation you could ask for. So, oh, I'm talking too much, guys. My throat is failing me. Pumped to have Roadhouse in the mix. Next one up, Freeway. I didn't even know this movie existed at all. Straight up, never heard of this movie, which blows my mind. I was on that sale as soon as it went live, and this was one of the secret releases, right? Freeway comes up, and as I'm listening to the Dead Pit people, you know, just chat about it, you know, no one was excited about it, but no one was disappointed either. But the more the days went on, I just looked into the movie more, and it seemed interesting. I guess this was made for HBO back in the day. Kiefer Sutherland, Reese Witherspoon. Basically, you've got a Little Red Riding Hood retelling gone wrong. Spoiler alert, slightly. I guess it's basically Little Red Riding Hood, but if Little Red Riding Hood was a really dysfunctional, dangerous youth. I don't know. It sounds amazing. Kiefer Sutherland's face gets jacked up by a 45. This movie looked like a blast. Here's the front cover. Spoiler alert. There you go, right on the front. But again, I think that's like halfway through the flick, right? Yeah, straight up. Never heard of this movie before. Heard enough good word of mouth. Looked awesome. Looked hilarious. I'm not 100% sure. I remember an email went out where they were discussing how they'd found new footage for something and then added it in last second with violence. I think this is the one. I don't think anything else sort of fit the picture because they alluded to it being in a big film. So I'd have to check the run times. So I'm going to follow up on that one. I never remember hearing any clarification, but I think this is the movie where they found a little bit of extra footage of gore or violence and sort of like restored it and threw it in last second right at the end. Like they think they said they had to disrupt the production, or they stalled, right? So that's Freeway. Last one. This is almost the one, other than Roadhouse, that I've kind of been anticipating the most. I can't wait to watch it. I pre-ordered it along with Roadhouse, and that's the Invisible Maniac. I can show you this one because there's no crazy nudity on it. Let's crack it open, just see what's on the inside. I'll do it after. So, Invisible Maniac, here's the front, close up. Everyone and their mother is getting this movie because I think this is making a jump from VHS straight to 4K, which is absurd. Sounds like my cats are killing each other upstairs. So, basically, jump into 4K, crazy movie about a weirdo who makes himself invisible, and he's a teacher, and obviously does very bad things at the school. I think he's like a mental patient who's escaped as well. Lots going on in movies like this, right? Cool slipcover. There's like a high gloss on the female here. She's looking really good. I think it's the same inside. Yes. So there you go. That's that one. Guy gets invisible and kills a bunch of girls in a school, and they probably almost all get naked. Now, here's the deal with this. I'm going to say my piece. I'm not going to complain about it so much, but it's definitely weird. So, earlier in the year, they did a sale, and I think it was around April Fool's, and they were straight up selling an invisible slipcover where the image on the website was hands showing nothing. I can't 100% remember how it was written. I feel like they did make it clear there was a slipcover that was going to be included in there, or maybe that was after the fact, like some kind of response. But I remember the wording on that ad being very weird. It was sort of unclear what you were buying. It actually almost sounded like a donation, like you were donating for prototype development of, it was silly. It sounded like a joke way of saying you're just going to give us $6 and you're going to get nothing, but you're supporting Vinegar Syndrome, which a lot of people would probably be happy to do, but not everyone's just going to throw $6 at nothing. Point is, it wasn't for nothing. It was for a mystery slipcover, which to me, I'm not a person who wants to buy mystery things. I'm buying nothing on mystery. I'm buying exactly what I want every single time. So you throw a mystery at me, you're not even telling me what movie it's for. I'm not spending any money for that. Funnily enough, of course, the mystery slipcover ends up being for this film, which is, although I didn't even know about this movie at the time, straight up 100% admitting that. But when this was announced, again, like I heard so many people in the community just raving and talking about it. So it was a no-brainer. I was going to get the movie. If I'm buying Vinegar Syndrome movies straight away on release, it means I want the best version available with a slipcover. Even, forget me, put the situation in the shoes of like a huge Invisible Maniac fan. Someone who's been waiting forever for this, who's a huge Vinegar Syndrome fanatic, right? You're not telling them that this slipcover is available from the beginning. It's a complete hodgepodge roll of the dice what someone's investing in. What if they didn't buy that slip and now they're losing their minds because the lenticular slip that they released for this, which I haven't even really seen 100%. Everyone's being weird about it because there's nudity, clearly. I'm pretty sure it's this, but completely lenticular and then nudity when you go up. Or down, not sure 100%. Excuse me, guys. I'm not used to doing videos this long. So anyway, long story short, I'm not super complainy about this one, but it's just weird. It rubbed me a little bit wrong. I'm usually a super advocate for Vinegar Syndrome. They could almost do no wrong for me. This is one where they almost rubbed me a little wrong. And thank God it's at least on this movie. It's not something I'm a huge fan of. But, again, I don't know. Maybe I'm too empathetic, but I think of someone who's a hyper fan and I don't know. I don't like the mystery stuff. I hope there's not much more of it. But my God, if they ever sell invisible shit ever again, guys, like everyone buy it, even though it'll probably never be as worthwhile as this. The slipcover, the lenticular one that only people who bought air are going to get. For Vinegar Syndrome fanatics, they're going to pay up the ass for it. So those are going to be super expensive. Might be the most rare slipcover of all time, other than like some really obscure random things. But of anything new, that's a hyper collectible. Who knows how many units? Like, I'm sure a few people bought lots of them too. I'm sure there's a couple fanatics who are like, I'm buying 20 of that. And they're going to sell them for 100, 200 bucks a piece. I'm not buying it. I'm not spending. I would have spent $6 all day for a sweet lenticular like slipcover for a movie I intended on owning, but I'm not going to spend $200 for a piece of plastic. No way. If you want to do it, go for it. I love you. Everyone loves you. I hope you love yourself after you make that decision. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm just a little bummed. I hope we don't see too much more of that. Guys, that's it. I can't even remember if I did the close-up for Invisible Maniac or not. It don't matter. Point is, it's time. Oh, I made the friggin' camera jostle again. Jesus. So I'm just going to throw a couple random movies at y'all. Paramount really hates me. Paramount is like the company of companies. They hate me. All of the digital codes I get for them are American or Apple. Every single time. So they obviously make all kinds of deals that don't apply to people like me. So they're going to apply to people like you. So this is for the Vinegar Syndrome people. You know what? I'm going to keep this simple because y'all probably have a bunch of movies anyway, right? So we're just going to do a couple in this video. I'm going to do a bunch of these in my next video, though. So if you're watching this, stay tuned. Next video I release, I'm going to throw so many damn codes at your face. Literally, there's going to be 5 or 6 people out there racing for codes while this is getting posted. Number 1, Crawl. Pretty good modern horror thriller flick involving alligators, crocodiles, I can't remember. The ones that would be in Florida. Crawl, great flick. Recommend it. Check it out. Next one, Wayne's World. This is one of the movies that on my next video I'll be discussing. So this is 4K release that just came out. I'm going to go check it now. I'm going to go make sure that they took that stairway edit out. I'm pretty sure they did. So that's literally all I care about. Let's see if Stairway is back in the movie. Here's the code for Wayne's World. That's it. Vinegar Syndrome people, y'all are good, serious movie fans. You don't need more codes than that. Y'all keep it classy. You're sexy to me. I love you. We'll see you next time. Next video. It's going to be crazy.